Paul asks, wow, talk about the opposite swing of the spectrum. Uh, if you were starting an online business today and had $100,000 cash, not a loan, how would you use it for best ROI? Okay, first of all, I would put the $100,000 away, stick it in an account, and earn some interest. Because the worst thing you could do is spend that money. It's hugely ironic, and especially given our previous discussion, you know, it's a bit crazy, really, in the sense that too much money can be as bad as too little money. Because you're thinking, you get the wrong sort of thinking. You think you can buy your way into stuff. In the .com days, which I experienced, people were, when they were flush with money, they weren't thinking about how do I serve my market better. They were thinking about, well, how should we decorate our office? What type of chairs should we be in? Can we get some of those new cool standing desks? And the online equivalent of that is going to courses and doing all of that sort of stuff. So to me, the fundamentals are the same. The fundamentals are what you do. I'd start with the challenge, because the first thing you got to do is understand your market properly, right? There are 6 key focus points in creating an online business. First one is understand your market. And you can do that without spending money. Now, you might go to a couple of trade shows in your particular niche that you're interested in, because that's a great way of getting going. But that would be that. Now, having said that, and this may sound horrifically biased, and I'm sure it will sound horrifically biased, but I would start with a app, like a Magcast or a Scrivcast, as a way of building a list. I think that's the most efficient way of building influence and building my list all in one go. There are other things you could try, things like Instagram, and starting to build your presence, build your influence. But I would do that. Now, ultimately, making some huge assumptions that you do all of that, then ultimately what that money does give you is it gives you leverage. It gives you the ability, once you test in a marketplace, so you don't go, and I've had clients do this, they just dump $10,000 in advertising in a month. They go from zero and they just spend 10 grand. And it's such a waste, because you should be spending small amounts of money. I still, to this day, we don't, we could spend thousands of dollars on an advertising test, but we spend $20 to $50 on Facebook, because I want to make sure we've got a positive ROI. And then you crank it up once you understand that that's the case, not before. So that would be my advice to you, Paul, in that circumstance.